This is Vince Russo's The Brand.
It's showtime. Welcome back, everybody. Brokenstinger here. I don't even know if I'm going to continue using that. Alter my voice a little bit here. I don't know how I should talk. This is just how I talk. I don't know if it's because I never had my tonsils removed, or I may have delayed my puberty. Who knows? Apparently I'm a little cringy, so I apologize, but it's just, I'm trying my best. That's all I can do. That's all anybody can do, really. If you can do more than your best, good for you. I can't. Anyway, a lot to talk about today. I guess I'll start off with what I've been doing lately. I don't know if that's a channel changer, but it's how I'm going to start the show. Obviously, started doing some Raw review shows, first with Brandon, and then Retro Shred joined us, and surprisingly, some of them were pretty good. Wasn't feeling my best for, a little bit of it, but it's always fun to go back and review the episodes of Nitro, particularly from spring of 2000, because again, I think for me that was when wrestling and hockey were at its peak. My Devils 2000 Stanley Cup champions, and wrestling for me, even though WCW was on its way to dying, to me, I just, something about that spring of 2000, and even, I'll say late winter, spring of 2000, wrestling was at its peak for me anyway. I can't speak for everybody else out there, but I like that, and now we're coming up on 25 years of Raw. And I just got done, as I was finishing up painting in the bathroom, they had the the top 25 moments of Raw on, I believe, NBC Sports Network. And I don't know if I agree with all of them. Some of them were good picks. The CM Punk shoot, everybody likes that. Who doesn't love a good shoot? And that might have been one of the greatest shoots of all time. And they had the Stone Cold Beer Truck as number one. And I don't have a problem with that. I didn't see it live. I didn't start watching wrestling, believe it or not, until September of '99. As I said, I actually started watching WCW first when it was doing bad. And then I started watching Raw during the Stephanie McMahon, or the McMahon-Helmsley faction, where she turned on Vince. And it was the first time Triple H and Stephanie were an on-camera couple, apparently behind the scenes too. And that's where it all started for me. So I saw Austin was gone at the time. He was recovering from neck surgery during the Survivor Series November show. I continued to watch after that, and that was when Rock was getting real hot. Again, he had to, because Austin was gone, like I said. And I just really, this was back when I had to watch SmackDown. Like, you couldn't pay me to watch SmackDown these days. And I loved it. That's where it all started for me. I didn't watch Raw as much. I think it came on a channel, and for whatever reason I didn't get that channel on my TV back in the day. But I still would catch Raw here and there. But I think if I would have to think off the top of my head, my favorite Raw moments, gosh. Well, obviously, a couple years ago when Sting came out underneath the curtain, that was awesome, and I should have been at that show. I was at the SummerSlam before that Raw, and that kind of stunk, and sure enough, Sting appears when I'm gone. My luck. That was a good moment. Another good moment would have to be the Kurt Angle milk truck. I think that was freaking awesome, and I actually think that might, just for me, kind of edge out the beer truck. They're neck and neck. I don't know. They're milk or beer, milk or beer, milk or beer. Angle or Austin, Angler. That was just awesome. JR's lines. The $1 billion princess has become a Dairy Queen. Check it out on YouTube. It's funny as hell. I think that's what kind of edges it out for me, maybe with the beer truck, just because it was funnier. Then again, we got and you check your candy ass into the... Oh, and they get sprayed, and Vince is getting absolutely peppered with beer, soaked. Worse than, it's like 50 super soakers, the guy's on the ground, then he starts trying to swim. I didn't see that live, but good moment. Other good Raw moments off the top of my head would have to be, I guess, when The Rock came back for the invasion angle, and he sided with the WWF. Austin coming back, although that was actually on SmackDown. Vince coming back when the McMahon-Hamsley faction was in power, like I said, and he came back and there was this big pop. And surprisingly enough, I didn't know this, but it was at the Meadowlands here in Jersey. It's closed down now. There's a lot of good moments here at the Meadowlands, and I didn't get to go to, because growing up, I went to plenty of hockey games, but my father didn't care about wrestling at all, so it is what it is. But I saw my picture with Sting too recently. He said, "Oh, you got a picture with Sting?" "Yeah, that was 2 years ago, Dad." Anyway, what else do I have here in my notes? Besides the Raw 25, another thing coming up is the Royal Rumble. And Royal Rumble, I don't watch a lot of pay-per-views anymore. I don't really watch WWE, period. And the Royal Rumble, I think that would have to be my favorite show, however. Or one of my favorite shows. I love the concept. I was very disappointed last year. I had no surprises. They had Undertaker in the middle of the ring, waiting. 3, 2, 1. Perfect moment for lights out, Crow. But no, Stinger didn't appear. So it would have been cool. I wasn't expecting him to, but I thought, never say never. Didn't happen. But we'll see what they do this year, if they want to change their mentality, not to appeal to just the marks, and throw in some surprises. Just do it. That's the whole point. That's what makes it. It's a gimmick match, but it's a special gimmick match once a year, and you got to take advantage of that. But we'll see what they'll do. My prediction for who's going to win it, nothing's for sure. Drew Carey? No. Maybe... Gosh, they had Undertaker last year, if I'm not mistaken. Would they do... No, not Goldberg. Off the top of my head, I'm going to have to say I think Roman Reigns is going to win it this year. And I probably jinxed him. Sorry, Roman. I didn't really look into it thoroughly, but we'll see what they do. Now, as far as the Women's Royal Rumble match goes, I got attacked by somebody on Twitter the other day. Because I'm listening to Vince, and he has a lot of experience in business, and he thinks this match is going to be a disaster. And especially if it's over the top rope. And I said, I went about it the wrong way. She posted, "Oh, I'm so excited!" And I posted, or no, rather, I'm going to get into this too in a minute. I was posted, "Oh, Paige is going to miss the match." And she was posting about it, saying how upset she was. I said, her career might be in jeopardy. Who cares about this goofy, stupid match or something like that? And she got pissed off, saying, "I don't believe you. I don't believe you look at women like this, that we should just go in the kitchen and we can't do what men do. How dare you? And this and that." I'm like, whoa, I didn't say the whole women's division was a joke. I didn't say that. It turned into that. All I said was, I kind of agree with Vince. This match is going to be a cluster, and it's going to expose that A, it was never meant for women to do it, I don't think. B, it's never been done before with women. And C, I don't think the agent thing, or whatever the hell they're doing behind the scenes, I don't think it's as strong as it is now. Otherwise, I don't think Paige would have gotten hurt in the first place. So, now you want to do a Royal Rumble with a bunch in at once. That's a recipe for disaster. Potential. Maybe it'll all go right. We'll see. I told her nothing's for sure, so we'll see. But, man, she went off on me. But this match, I'm probably not going to watch it. My prediction for that, man, can you imagine the heat if Sasha Banks wins it? Maybe Sasha Banks. I'm going to go with... I don't watch enough Raw and SmackDown to pay attention to all these women. I'm going to go with Sasha Banks just for the hell of it. And I'm dead wrong with that, but I don't care. Let's get into what's stinging me. Not my goatee. Yeah, I'm trying this out, by the way. I didn't want to get rid of my goatee, so I'm going to see how it goes. If I really want to do a true sting, I could have done Wolfpack sting, because he did that. As you can see, when he was in the Wolfpack, he just let his goatee and beard grow out, and he kept it and with his face paint on, so he had paint around it. I can tell you it's a little more time consuming, but see how it goes. But as far as what's stinging me, I would have to say the girl situation that I've been dealing with. Here's what happened. One of these women that is a friend with a girl I met off OkCupid, she took a liking to me. Actually, another girl in this group of girls that I hung out with took a liking to me. What happened was I met this girl off OkCupid, very nice girl. I'm just gonna say I'm not very attracted to her, and there were other reasons. The first date, I'm sitting there and I'm ready. I'm all, you know, handsome, face painted. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that on the first date. Maybe. But I'm sitting there and she starts talking to me about, well, here's what happened with my last relationship with this guy who I happen to know. Small world, I know. And she's going on and on and on. I'm like, somebody told me on a comment on a previous show that I look like a deer in the headlights sometimes. I definitely looked like it that day, because she would not be quiet, not to be mean, and I just sat there and I'm like, oh my god, how do I end this nicely? Because I'm like, no, this ain't gonna work, no bueno. So I figured, okay, maybe she got friends. So I checked out her friends, or she introduced me to her friends, and these girls, they're all kind of, they've all got problems, but they're not, you know, they're not totally out of it, but they're all, you know, kind of kooky. Then again, so am I, so maybe it was a perfect match. But anyway, one of the girls, two of the girls in the group, actually three of them, actually they were all very attractive, so it was kind of a good idea compared to the one I met off OkCupid. I didn't get with any of them. They all had boyfriends that beat me to them. And so that just didn't work out. I hung out with them a little here and there. One of them actually flirted with me at a Christmas party last year, and the boyfriend got mad at her, and she was all over me, and then she sent me a text saying, oh, I think it was inappropriate that you were all over me. I'm like, whoa, let's get this straight. Anyway, so it didn't really work out with any of them, long story short. But then, you know, there's more girls in the group because they're just, I don't know, they're friendly, they go in groupies and they collect. And we were hanging out at Seaside last year, and one of them was this girl that was on the show last week, or you could see me arguing with on the Raw review. And she sent me a text after we were all hanging out at Seaside saying, hey, or over Facebook message, you look good, just great seeing you. I'm like, oh boy, I know what this means. Yep, she's a go, she wants me. But I kind of wasn't, I wasn't totally attracted to her. She's not the most attractive, she's not ugly, but I don't want to settle anymore. And it's not about looks. But at this point, that's what I really want, because it's always been a little dream of mine, to get with a pretty girl. But I was chilling at Starbucks in November, and I think, just for the hell of it, I messaged her first. I think she messaged me first something, and then I decided, you know what, let me give this a chance. And I said, you want to meet at Starbucks? She came to meet me, and she told me she was working 3 jobs, she's very religious, and then we shot pool, and that went pretty well, and we wound up kissing, and I kind of regret that now. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully she never sees this, but I kind of regret it now. And she didn't tell me a couple things when I met her. If I knew, I would have said no. I would have said, we could be friends, but this isn't going to work, because I got with her, and when I met her, she had 3 jobs, and she was a very religious girl. Put it this way, by the time, a month later, no jobs, God doesn't matter, only Nick matters. And she was very clingy. I would wake up some mornings. My sleep schedule was off because I had lost my night job, but with my night job, I'd still be up late, obviously, and I go to bed in the morning, and I sleep all day, or most of the day, and then I'd wake up 2, 3 in the afternoon, and my phone is blown up. Facebook calls, phone calls, telegrams, birds, Dixie cups. No, I'm kidding, but you get the point. My phone was blown up with that, and messages just like, oh my god, what are you doing? Hey. And just, I hate that crap. When I wake up, I don't like my phone being blown up. Unless it's by multiple people, that's something else. But by one person, no. And so that was kind of my first red flag. And then after that, she lost her jobs, or she was kind of drifting away. She was talking about going to interviews for other jobs, like, I have an interview here, I have an interview there, I have an interview there. And she was complaining about working with kids. That's another thing. People that, my mother, she's an aide that works with kids, and I kind of get sick of her complaining sometimes too. If you don't like working with kids, you have 2 choices. Get a different job, or suck it up and stop complaining about it. Get the little bastards in line, because I am sick and tired of hearing people that work with kids complaining about it. Okay? Just get a bat and get them in line. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But just stop complaining, please. Enough. And so anyway, she was getting very annoying, and it took me like 2 or 3 weeks to realize, wow, I'm sorry, but she's kind of annoying. And she didn't tell me that she has, issues, and she was taking medication for all these issues, stuff in the past that I'm not going to get into. It's nothing severe, it's her business, but the point is, I got enough of my own issues. Had I known, you can bleep that out, Chantel. Had I known, I would have told her no thank you, but I guess that's what you do when you meet with somebody you want to get with. You don't tell them your problems, and now I see firsthand, oh my god, she started showing up to my house. That's the other thing. She knows where I live, so she would show up even when I'd say, no, I need my alone time today. And she would get here, and the thing is, I couldn't get rid of her the rest of the day. I'd be stuck with her. And as you can see here, I'm not particularly happy about being stuck with her. If I really wanted to be with her, I think A, this was gone into too fast, and B, she had all these problems, and it was just driving me insane. For the month of December, I was miserable, and November, because I met her November 13th in person again after Seaside over the summer, and she wanted to be with somebody for Christmas, and I made up my mind about 3-4 weeks in that, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And I told her, or I didn't tell her, I made up my mind. I said, you know what, I'm going to stay with her till Christmas, then I'm going to tell her, you know what, I need to be single. And I probably do need to be single and get my crap together and try to get better before I be with anybody, but I sure as hell couldn't be with her at the moment, and I didn't really want to, because, not to be mean, but she was just very irritating. I'm sorry. If you ever watch this, you're a great girl, but you were very irritating. And I have my quirks too, but I was miserable. Just to be honest. The combination of my own misery and dealing with you. But she's a great girl nonetheless. She's also a big believer in God, and as I was saying, she kind of drifted away from God, but she would try to get me to go to church with her. And I was listening to Vince's podcasts a lot, with about life all this time, and he doesn't say that. I guess he said that it's important to go to church because that's where the people of God gather, and I didn't go with her, but she is like Vince. She is very insistent about telling me I have to find God, and if I put my worries in His hand, He's going to help me. And I'm just not a very religious guy, but I've been trying to. I don't know. It's been hard. But I might get her on the show to talk to Vince, if that's possible, just if they have something in common, but that could be a mistake too, because I don't know if, great girl, but not my cup of tea. So I dealt with her for a month, and what I got out of that is I learned firsthand what a clingy girl is. And I put her in the Scorpion Deathlock, brother, and I moved on. That's it. I'm kidding. Scorpion Death Drop. Nah, I'm kidding. Anyway, let's get into what else is stinging me. Oh, obviously, I talked about we were doing these Nitro reviews, and I don't know, I didn't read all the I'm not going to read all the comments on air. We're trying the best with these Nitro reviews, guys. Me and Brandon were doing it just basically going off of nothing. We can't play the Nitro on YouTube because of copyright issues, obviously. So we would watch the show, take notes, and then talk about it, just like Vince and Jeff did. Then Retro Shred came up with the idea of watching it while we're recording, talking about it. But then we have to be careful with not picking up audio for copyright issues. And I think the commentating for that period is great, and it's annoying because I'm trying to keep it down so my mic doesn't pick it up, but I want to hear it so I can comment on, stuff like Mark Madden saying, "Smoochy Moochie, Tony!" Or, "Oh my God!" to Tony Schiavone losing his mind with Goldberg flattening somebody with his monster truck. Stuff like that. So we're trying. We're going to do other shows too. My personal favorites are the Nitro reviews. I think Retro Shred wants to do a pay-per-view. But, I'm a little discombobulated. I'm not computer savvy. These other guys, I'm here in Jersey, Retro's over in Oregon, I believe, and I believe Brandon's in Illinois. So, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, we're planning all this out, and we're not, nowhere near each other. We're across the country, so just bear with us, please. Or I'm going to put you in the Scorpion. Anyway, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, obviously Vince and Jeff, well, not Vince and Jeff, Vince didn't get invited to the Raw 25, and that kind of bugs me. It's pretty funny. They bring back Eric Bischoff, and they sided with him a lot over the years. They sided with Paul Heyman, two enemies of the WWF, but the guy that helped write the show, physically write the show that saved Vince, isn't invited back. And it's almost like when Vince made fun of Jim Ross for his Bell's palsy. It's just, sometimes they just get the reputation of, if you do real well for them and you don't serve them well anymore, they chew you up and they spit you out and they leave you on the side of the road. But if you do bad to them, if you sue them, in a way, sometimes it seems like you get rewarded, and that's just ass backwards to me. I don't get it. I think it's BS. I just hope, well, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Wrestling in general is not going to be good again because they're listening to these idiots. I love castrating the marks. But we'll see what's going to happen. The Raw 25, it's right here in New York. I don't have a ride. I don't have a lot of money to go right now. Even if I'd go, the last wrestling show I was at, only WWE show, was well into the crowd. But, to me, if you're not really close to the ring, I can't imagine people in the nosebleed seats. It's not worth going. Even at hockey games, the rink is so much bigger than a wrestling ring, and I don't even like the nosebleeds for hockey games or faraway seats. Can you imagine a wrestling ring at a wrestling show? It's and it's going to be filled with marks too. I would go dressed like this because people would dig it, but I don't know. We'll see if by some miracle I could go. If not, maybe it'd be better just to watch it on TV. We'll see what's going to happen. Obviously, Sting appearing, of course, I'm going to mark out, but I have to remind myself that if this was a Nitro 25th anniversary, then yes, but this is a Raw 25th anniversary. So, even though he was on, Raw briefly, he would fit more, obviously, a Nitro 25th. So, Sting, if he's not there, other guys, obviously, I hope Austin's there. He will. Hope The Rock can be there, but I don't know. He's a very busy guy. He's important. Mick Foley. Who else? I can't think of a lot of other names. Taker and Sting at the same time. Maybe that's finally the moment. But we'll see. Hopefully it's a good show. It's probably the only Raw I'm going to be watching. It's the only Raw I've watched in weeks or months, and it's going to be the only Raw I'm going to watch in months, most likely.
Jabron.
From the FBI show, the School of Rifle from Staten Island, New York, covers men that everywhere address the poverty of hard shots and the party of Python got it going on.
Via Twitter, Kevin Nash has confirmed he won't be there, so that's kind of disappointing. Although, I was just going to say, he looks older. It's kind of depressing seeing all these guys getting old, people in general, and me. So he won't be there. Hopefully Scott Hall's there. Well, he will be. And I can just think back to meeting him back in November, running into him in the parking lot by accident. What's up, man? High-fiving me, bringing me in. How you doing? Better than you, brother. That's what he said to me. Probably wouldn't have high-fived me if I wasn't wearing the Sting outfit. But it was cool. He was wasted or tipsy. I don't know. He definitely was different from I met him in 2016 too, and he was sober then, because I could definitely tell the difference, because I had a conversation with him without him, you could just tell. But that was a cool moment. Big guy. All these guys are bigger in person. I can't think of anybody else I'd like to be at the show except Vince himself. And we'll see. Maybe Austin will give him another stunner. Hopefully. Nothing's for sure. As far as the injuries that have been happening lately, I saw Paige getting hurt with the Sasha Banks kick, and it was almost like the Goldberg kick to Bret Hart. It was just full force. So, I don't know. I guess it's not my place to say whose fault it is, but man, from a common sense point of view, it would look like her fault because she's the one kicking. I don't know if at that moment you could say, no, I'm not going to kick her as hard, or I'm not going to do the spot, and then suffer ramifications, whatever they may be, but those ramifications might not be as bad as what happened with Paige, so it just getting, that looked bad. And it, just like the kick to the back, when Sting took his buckle bomb from Seth Rollins, he had the stingers too, no pun intended. Running through his fingers, he couldn't feel his legs at one point. They were rubber, and no control. She had her back turned, and like Vince said, he's a 55-something man, and he's getting tossed. No control, getting a buckle bomb. It's not like something where both guys are going to the mat in the same position. One guy's putting trust in the other. And after that whole thing, Seth Rollins, instead of, kind of apologizing or being a little more sympathetic towards, he said, oh, with all due respect, Sting's an old man. And I'm kind of glad Bret Hart called him out for that. Just like Bret Hart called out Eric Bischoff and Santino Marella called out Cornette for ganging up on Vince. What goes around comes around, baby. That's for sure. What I've been doing lately? Well, thankfully on Netflix, I'm a big Batman fan. There's a lot of Batman. The Dark Knight isn't on there yet, but Batman Begins was still good. I like that. Batman, the first one. Batman Forever, underrated. Batman and Robin sucked. And Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer, I think, was pretty sexy, and that's on there too. So a lot of Batman. A lot of... what else is on there? I can't get into TV shows anymore with my attention span. But the Bob Ross is on there, the guy with the poofy hair, and he talked real soft like this. And he would just paint some stuff. And the guy that talks like, oh, look at that little son of a gun. That must be our little secret. Really nice guy. It's a shame he passed away. And I've been playing my Super Nintendo a lot, and I've been playing Mario All-Stars from '93. And I've been doing Lost Levels, friggin' pain in the ass. I'm up to 8-4, I can't get by that. So, Retro, if you're watching, beat that for me. But I'm gonna beat it eventually. And I just got Donkey Kong, I'm gonna get it out. Yeah, what the hell, get it out. Donkey Kong Country, Diddy's Conquest. Haven't beaten it yet. You know, as a kid, I kind of remember playing Donkey Kong, but it was such a long time ago. And I didn't even know which Donkey Kong it was, but then there was a level with the spider in there, and I said, okay, it's this game. It's 2. And 2, the argument generally is that 2 was the best of the 3. And NHL 94, of course, the first hockey game I ever played. Voice is going. Surprisingly addictive when you play it right. But yeah, Mario All-Stars, it's got... I beat Super Mario Bros. 2, I beat 3. 3 is kind of my least favorite, although it's so weird. It's a good game, but I don't like it. I think just because it's so hard. I do like it. Mixed feelings. Great game. And I think 1 and Lost Levels are my favorite. And like I said, I haven't beaten 1 yet. And I haven't beaten Lost Levels. I'm up to 8-4. There's some other ones in there, like level 5-3. I'd have to look up on YouTube. Figure out how to do that one day, playing along on the Super Nintendo, bring it on here. I'd love to do that. But this is the first system I played. I just turned 27. Some of the games I didn't even know existed. Like, I got Killer Instinct in there too, the black cartridge. Like my jacket. I didn't even know that existed until I saw on YouTube one day. And I'm like, wow, I didn't imagine this. But, yeah, that's what's been going on lately. And... we'll see what's going to happen with the Rumble. We'll see what's going to happen with Raw 25. And hopefully I get insurance soon so I can go to the doctors because I haven't been feeling too good. Got a lot of issues going on. But we'll see what the future holds. As you know, the only thing for sure about me and my show and the future is nothing's for sure. Except I promise next show will be Showtime. Woo! Have a good night, everybody.
This is Vince Russo's The Brand.